Now, if you're anything like the average glasses wearer, then it's almost inevitable that at some point or other you're going to come across a situation where you're having to do minor repairs on your own glasses. In this video, I'm going to give you some useful tips about how to make some adjustments to your glasses so that they're usable until you're able to get access to a professional. Hey, what's happening? This is Martin Guzzi. Thank you for joining me, and this is Martin's Eye Tips. Now, I'm a UK optometrist where I've been in practice for about 20 years. This channel is all about helping you see better, see more comfortably, and be less anxious about your eyes. So today, I've got a little bit of a guide for you about how to make these adjustments to your glasses so that you can get them up and running, and so that you can get by until you're able to access a professional adjustment on your glasses. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, and also hitting that notification button as well, so you get reminded every time I release a new video. So we're going to cover the following 5 areas in today's video. We'll have a look at the basics of what you'll need to get these minor adjustments done. Then we'll go over the 4 common adjustments and repairs that you may need to make at some point. And these are: firstly, fixing the problem of glasses that slide down your nose, then basic adjustments to nose pad support, followed by adjustments to level the sides of your glasses, and finally making minor fixes to the hinges of your glasses frame. Now, when your optometry office or your optical practice makes adjustments to your eyeglasses, they'll usually have access to an eyeglasses frame heater, as well as a good selection of tools and screwdrivers to do the job. So in the absence of these tools, you do have to get creative. And I would suggest that if you're careful, you can replace the frame heater with a hairdryer, and you can also purchase screwdriver kits on Amazon like this, or even get one bundled with a cleaning kit by Calotherm, such as this one. I'll leave referral links to some of the recommended suggestions in the description box below, so you can check that out. And by the way, the hairdryer can just be a basic one, nothing fancy at all is needed for this. Now, one of the most common problems with glasses that require fixing is when the fit is so loose that they fall down your nose. And the problem in about 90% of cases is the drop on the side arm, with it not being positioned in exactly the correct point for your ears. So you get a bit of slack, and that's why the movement occurs. Now, the point where the bend that forms the drop begins is usually too far back towards the tip of the side. Now, I've seen many people try and fix this problem by simply bending the drop even more than what it is already. So they're exaggerating the bend, but this just simply won't work. So the tip to fix this issue is quite simple, and it's just a case of straightening out the side first of all, and then creating a new drop where the bend actually starts closer to the front of the frame. Now, when you get this point right, the bend should follow the curve of the ear, and you should find that this will instantly fix the problem, and there won't be the slack and the movement that there has been before. Now, to make this adjustment, we have to heat up the metal or the plastic frame gently at the point where the bend currently is. And then this makes the material more kind of malleable, makes it easier to be able to adjust without the frame cracking or without the metal snapping. So what you want to then do is just straighten out the bend, and then you can create the new bend at the point where you desire. Now, at this point, just a quick disclaimer: if you've got a normal acetate plastic material or a normal metal frame, then heating up isn't going to be a problem. But if you've got perhaps a new material or more of an advanced material like titanium, or these newer plastics which may get brittle when they're heated, then this could be a bit more of an issue. So just be careful with new materials. Don't overheat the frame as well, and don't heat the lenses. The lenses particularly are quite vulnerable, so if you're using a hairdryer, don't get the heat on the lenses, because the lenses can melt. I've seen that happen. And also the coating on your lenses can get damaged as well if you've got the heat on the lens for any significant amount of time. So you can simply just get a cloth to wrap over the front of the glasses, over the lens, so you don't accidentally heat the lens too much. Now, the other common need for adjusting or making minor repairs on glasses is the fitting around your nose. So generally, metal frames like this have silicone nose pads, while plastic frames like this one have an all-in-one nose pad that's built in. And now, while the plastic all-in-one frames have these nose pads which are not adjustable. The type on metal frames usually are quite adjustable and repairable to a point. You can see I have one here with a nose pad missing, and that's a common problem for a lot of people. These nose pads may drop off, but they are actually removable and replaceable. So to replace these nose pads, you do have to check whether your nose pads are of either the push-on type, or whether they require a screw to hold the nose pad in place. So the one I've got here is a push-on nose pad, and they can be attached on just by pushing it on, and you'll get a little click as it goes in, and also you can unclip it off as well. And the great thing about the push-on type is that they don't require any additional screws to go in. And nose pads can be purchased on Amazon, so if you just want to keep a stock of them, if this is a common problem for you, or it happens to other members of your family as well, then having a small selection of these nose pads is probably a good idea, and you can get them on Amazon as part of a kit with screws and a screwdriver as well, or you can just buy the pads on their own just to keep in stock for the occasions where you may need them. I'll leave a link in the description box so you can check out some of the ones that I'd recommend. Now the arms on the nose pads are also adjustable. Now you can move the arms that hold the nose pads in order to make them more comfortable and to make them fit your nose more comfortably. Also, if you bring the nose pads in, so if you pinch them in together so that the arms push the nose pads in, this will have the effect of also lifting the whole of your glasses up on your face as well. So if you again are suffering from your glasses falling down your nose, this is also a way of adding extra support around the nose pad area, and as I said, it lifts the glasses up. And on the flip side, if you push the nose pads out, this has the effect of lowering the whole of the glasses on your face as well. Now, if you wear varifocal glasses, you do want to be aware of the impact that this might have on how you look out of the varifocals, and this can affect the vision and how easy it is for you to find the point on the varifocal lens that you desire. So just keep that in mind. Now, in the course of normal use, you may well find that your glasses have become out of shape. The best way to check how well they're aligned is to lay the frame down, upside down, and tap on the sides like so, just to check for any rocking of the frame. And you can then at this point close the frame sides and confirm which side may appear higher or lower than the other. Now you could gently bend the sides like this to straighten it out, and you can also carefully heat the joints as well, while avoiding the lens, of course, like I mentioned before. In practice, we would normally use a special set of pliers with end covers to protect the frame from scratches, and this may be something again you can purchase from Amazon if you want to do that and keep a small set of pliers for this kind of a job, and I'll leave a link for that as well. So we would then grab the sides like so and gently adjust up or down as needed. Again, be careful and consider whether breakage is likely given the age of your glasses, or how badly out of shape they are, and just consider whether it's worth the risk if a huge amount of adjustment is needed. Now when it comes to fixing hinges, then your tiny glasses screwdrivers will be your best friend in this kind of situation, because they're much smaller than your average regular small screwdrivers. So these tiny screwdrivers will make it easier as well for you to be able to tighten the sides if they work themselves loose, which again is a very common thing that happens. Now the biggest problem when it comes to hinge repairs is fixing hinges that have a spring mechanism to them. So often people get the screws working loose, and as a result the side may drop off and you need to get the sides reattached. Now you'll find then when this happens that the holes do not line up. In fact, the only way to get the holes lined up so that you can pass the screw through is to somehow engage the spring mechanism. So the best way to do this is to follow the following steps. So first, insert the screw as far as it will go, and then secondly, open the hinge out and prop it open in place with a straight portion of something like a paper clip in the gap. At this point, you should be able to find that you can now push the screw fully down and tighten it fully into place. Now don't worry if you don't get this in on your first attempt. It's quite normal that it can take several goes before you can get this in successfully. So I hope you find this video helpful, and also hopefully you've got a bit more confidence now about being able to make some of those adjustments yourself. If you have found it helpful, then please think about subscribing to the channel, sharing this video as well. That really helps the channel out. And also please check out the description box below for the resources that I've talked about in this video and any links to the products that I mentioned in this video as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.